So, UFC 324 just went by, and I talked about the card itself, and now I will be deciding who should fight who in each fight, winners and losers of the card. But before I start, the Instagram's live, King here MMA. We're past 50 subscribers, trying to get to 100. If you come from the Instagram to the YouTube, give a subscribe. If you go into the YouTube, go into the Instagram, give a follow. And yeah, let's get it started. And for the first fight, I sound grouchy as hell. For the first fight was Adam Fugit and Ty Miller. Adam Fugit, he just couldn't get anything off on Ty Miller. For Adam Fugit, he had a pretty shit performance. I think we put him up against Mickey Gall. I literally just thinking about it. I was like, damn, Mickey Gall's kind of trash. Not trash, but he's on a 2-fight losing streak. And I think we need to give Mickey... I think this is perfect for both guys. They'll both be fighting for their contract. And yeah, makes a lot of sense. And for Ty Miller... He had an impressive performance. I don't think we put him up too much, but I think we give him someone in the middle of welterweight. I think Song Kanan's a real good fighter. He lost to Muslim Salikov, but Muslim Salikov's good as well. Unk's still got it. So yeah, I think Song Kanan's a real good test for Ty Miller. He's a good step into the welterweight rankings. So yeah, I think we book that. And for the next fight, we've got Denzel Freeman. Denzel Freeman can go back to LFA as far as I'm concerned. And Josh Hokett. For Denzel Freeman, I don't even have to get up heavyweight. I already know who I want him versing. I think we get him versing Louis Sutherland. Louis Sutherland, he's 0-1. And Denzel Freeman's 1-1. We didn't really get to see Louis Sutherland do much. He just got heel hooked in a round by Volta. So I think that's a good fight to put on. And for Hokett, I don't think he should honestly be... a lot of people are saying he should fight in the rankings. I don't think so, but I think he should fight just below the rankings. And so we don't kill his hype totally. I think he should fight a name like a Ryan Spann possibly, or a Vitor Petrino. That's a real step up. Both those guys will be trying to get into the rankings. So that'd be good. Vitor Petrino versus Josh Hokett. It's a good step up into unranked heavyweight. So yeah, I think we book that personally. Anyway, on to the next fight. Alex Perez knocks out Charles Johnson. Damn, Charles Johnson disappoints me every time I'd say to bet on him. For Charles Johnson, it wasn't the worst. He got fucking colded hard. So how is Loney Kavanaugh 15? I'm not even gonna think about it. For Charles Johnson, I think he fights Hyung Sung Park. Is it Hyung Sung Park? No. Who's the... He was a flyweight and he lost to Tatsuro Taira. Am I stupid or... I'm dumb, eh? Because I swear there's Sumadaji. Oh yeah, right, okay. But I think Charles Johnson fights, I guess... There you go. It's not who I thought it was. We'll give him a different matchup. I think we give him Matt Schnell. Matt Schnell used to be ranked, used to be in the middle of the rankings at flyweight. I think that's a good fight for Charles Johnson. And if Matt Schnell can, Charles Johnson just lost to an aging vet, so that would be a good win. For Alex Perez, I don't think we shoot him up too much. He's number 10 in the rankings. I think we give him maybe either 2 steps up, 2 steps down, possibly. I think we go for Alex Perez is number 10, so I think we go for Tim Elliott. I think that's a fair fight. Battle of the Unks would be great at flyweight. I think we book it. Both their styles would be an interesting match. Anyway, and for the next fight, Modestas Bukauskas versus Nikita Krylov. For Modestas Bukauskas, that was such a shit performance. They're going to give him someone unranked. I would like to see him fight Navajo Sterling. If they're not going to give Navajo Sterling someone in the top 15, I'd at least like to see him fight someone fringe of the top 20. I think that's fair towards Navajo. And yeah, I think that's just a good booking. I think Navajo can really show he's striking off in that fight. And for Nikita Krylov, there's one fight I like for him. Everyone's been saying it. I think that's Jamal. Where is Jamal? Where's Sweet Dreams? Jamal Hill. Jamal's got to fight way down the rankings, and for Krylov, it's a decent step up, fighting a former champ. I think Jamal might get him though, honestly, but yeah, makes a lot of sense. And for the next fighters, Andrei Puliev took Gaethje to a decision. It's too bad that he did take a round off, but to say that he took the fight off Gaethje is pretty blatantly stupid. I think for Andrei Puliev, you got to give him another chance. I think you give him someone of the fucking scroungers of middleweight. I think you give him... Damn, there's a lot of terrible middleweights. Is Dusko on a decent win streak? I think you give him Andrei Petroski. Andrei Petroski's been taking some time off since he's lost to Cam Roston, but I think it makes a lot of sense. Petroski's fights pretty often, and Puliev, ironically, didn't look like he took too much damage in that fight, so I think Petroski and Puliev, it's a good fight to make. And for Tabor, I'm kind of sick of him fighting bums. He needs to fight someone at least in the top 20. So, from my thought, I think he should fight... That's Bo Nickel. I think he should fight Ikram Elaskirov. He's number 16. He's right next to Joe Pyfer and Bruno Ferreira. Really talented dude, Ikram Elaskirov, puts a table just on the fringe of the top 20 rankings, and yeah, I'd like to see that fight. It tests his grappling as well, and Ikram's he's a very good fucking striker, so I'd like to see that fight. And for Davidson, for the next fight, Davidson Figueiredo versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar was just too dominant. For Davidson, I'd really like to see him retire at the age he is at bantamweight, but since he's not going to retire, I was thinking Song Yadong, but there's a few other matchups for him, I guess, and a good matchup... Why is Tim Elliott number... Never mind. A good matchup for him would be Marcus McGee. The Marcus McGee that just fought Piotr. I think Marcus McGee deserves to fight back into the rankings. Davidson's on the latter end of his career. Marcus McGee had he did impressive against Jan. A lot of people thought he was going to get finished in that fight. So yeah, I think I'd like to see that fight. And for Umar, Umar Nurmagomedov's not getting a title shot. I think he's only got one person to fight for a number one contender, and that's Sean O'Malley. I think they both really need to show something. Like that, they win, they're gonna get the title shot. But yeah, I think that's the fight I want to see with those two. And for Arnold Allen and John Silver, John Silver gets a close decision over to Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen, it was a pretty good showing for a year and a half off. I think I want to see him fight down. I want to see him fight an up and comer, and I really thought this was a sick fight. I think I want to see him fight Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia is a killer in the featherweight division. I think he deserves a shot up into the rankings, and against a vet like Arnold Allen, that'd be a sick fight. I don't know why nobody's been calling for it. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's a sick fight. Steve Garcia versus Armin versus Arnold Allen. So I think we booked that. And for John Silver, it was a good win. It's a really hard spot because everyone's looks like they've booked. Obviously, Volk's booked against what was that? Doesn't matter. Volk's booked against Diego. They're not going to be fighting for a bit. I think Jean versus Aljo could be interesting. And that could be for a number one contender shot behind Mozart and Evelev. Mozart? I'm retarded. Yeah, Mozart, Evelev, and Lorraine Murphy. I think they should fight for the number one contender. And yeah, I think Jean Silva should fight Aljo. Aljo's been active. He's been calling for a shot, so why not give him Jean Silva? If he beats Jean Silva, he gets a shot for the title just after these two. So yeah, I think that's a good fight to make. For the next fight, Rose Namajunas, I thought she won the fight, but I guess they thought otherwise. For Rose, I don't know. I don't know why she doesn't go back to strawweight. Makes no sense to me. But for Rose Namajunas, I think she fights Jasmine Judavasius. Jasmine got brutally knocked out by Mano Ferro. Well, did Rose fight Mano? No, I don't think she did. But yeah, Rose should fight Jasmine Judavasius. They're both off losses to high-level contenders in the flyweight division. So I think that's a good fight that could be made. And for Natalia Silva, she's getting one chick. She's getting Valentina Shevchenko. She's going to get blobbed on. She's going to get laid on, and that's all I can see happening in the fight. So yeah, I guess book that fight. That's the only fight there is. And for Derek Lewis versus Juarez Cortez Acosta, what a shit fight. Like, I feel bad for WCA. What? No. Because Derek Lewis just laid down and gave up. And for Derek Lewis, I don't really want to see him fight, especially when he does that. But if he's going to fight again, he's going to fight another up-and-comer. I think he should fight Shamil the Blob Gaziev. Makes a lot of sense, you know what I mean? They're both blobs. Derek was blobbing around in there. Shamil, he gave it his all. They both lost to Cortez Acosta. I think it makes a lot of sense if you ask me. It's great. That's a great matchmaking by me. I'm a fucking genius, bro. And for Waldo Cortez Acosta, I like one fight. I don't know why everyone's saying Curtis Blades. Not a bad call out, by the way. I think that was a good call out. I think Volkov, that will define your number one contendership. I think a win over Blades would do it as well, but I think if you beat the guy that's next in line after Tom and Cyril fight out again, I think that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I think we book Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. And for Yadong, I really thought he won the fight before, if you look at the rounds, okay, look at this. Round 1. Oh, look here. Outstrikes Sean, gets a takedown. Round 2. Outstrikes Sean, gets 2 takedowns. Round 3. Sean outstrikes him. But we've already gone over this. For Song Yadong, there's a couple boys in the weight class. I could see him fighting. It's not like he's losing too much hype over it. For Song, I think he just fights like one down. I think he fights Eamon Zahabo. I think Zahabo he needs to like prove himself, not getting these split decisions. I don't know how he's getting away with the split decisions. He will not split decision Yadong, so I think that's the fight to make. They're right next to each other in the rankings too. They're fucking closely giving Zahabi way up. And for Sean O'Malley, it's Umar. I already said that before. I think they need to fight each other for the number 1 contendership so Marab and Piotr can fight it out. And finally, for Paddy, the buddy lad, I think Paddy... Paddy should fight... I've obviously, I know who I want them to fight, and I think this is what makes sense. I think they're going to fight the winner of Benoit Saint Denis and Dan Hooker. They're both next to each other. Paddy's going to have to take some time off. These guys are going to take time off after the fight. I think the winner makes sense. And yeah, I think that's going to be a banger fight either way. Benoit's grappling's great. His striking's better. And it's going to be interesting seeing Dan Hooker versus Paddy too. That'd be an awesome fight. And finally, for Rufus, Big Rufus, he gets to get slimed out by Topuria. What is going on here? Look, can you see this? Look at what's going on. So we've got the IC, we've got the BMF champ, we have Ilya Toptoro, we've got Islam. This is crazy, bro. But yeah. So Justin Gaethje he's gonna fight Ilya Topuria. Obviously, he gets to get slimed out. So yeah, that's just a lot of fun. But listen, I was gonna make the video a bit more detailed today, but I've got a couple videos I've got to post. I'm busy at work. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. If you come to the YouTube, from Instagram, give a subscribe, like the video. If you go to YouTube to the Instagram, same, the other way around. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys, and oh my God. I didn't put it on screen capture at all. Oh my days. Oh wait, was it because I'll cut it off. Hopefully I get the cut off. Anyway, I'll leave this blooper in. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, let's see if this didn't cut off. See ya. Bye.